Hello Internet, welcome back to Driving and Dragons, and today we're going to talk about how you're doing it wrong when you pitch your newest campaign theme, adventure idea, or setting to your players. First up, star of the channel, the 10th anniversary black gold Nissan 280ZX. Welcome to the world of classic car restoration, folks. Starter I had shipped in to replace the starter that was bad right out of the box is on the car, and instead of that throaty rumble of a well-running internal combustion engine with no exhaust, I get an anemic cough and eventual backfire and then sputter to a dead engine. So, got to figure out what's wrong there and get things going. I know it's either fuel, fire, or air that isn't doing its job, and I got to figure out which one. And this, just so you know, is the part of auto restoration that the auto YouTubers tend to gloss over. Fixing the last thing only to discover a completely new thing that happened to work just a few minutes ago. Moving on to the topic of the day, how are you pitching your new campaign or adventure ideas to your prospective players? Do their eyes gloss over while you run down all the super awesome inspirations and rabbit holes you went down to build this totally original, definitely not derivative game setting Do Not Steal? Are they getting hung up talking over you about the cool ideas that they have for their character based on the third word that came out of your mouth? Are they giving you a "that sounds interesting" response with a look that says, "I don't get this reference you made," or understand what you're saying at all? Chances are it's because your elevator pitch is just all wrong. Don't get it twisted. As a GM, you're selling an idea to your players. And just how much and how eagerly they buy into that idea is a big factor in determining how successful and memorable your game will be. First things first, a little background. This idea came to me, and it started out as how you're doing it wrong when building your game world. That isn't exactly true. There really is no wrong way to create a game world, at least not in the terms that they aren't purely mechanical. Such as having consistent physics, for instance. More often than not, there's a lot of groundwork and history that has to be developed to make a more compelling world that may never directly show up in game, so creating it isn't doing it wrong. However, including that information in your sales pitch for the game likely is. So I came to realize that where most game masters go awry is in how they present the idea to their players, not in the actual world building itself. So what do I mean when I say an elevator pitch? Quite simply, it's a short presentation a salesman gives to generate interest, and it should be so short that it can deliver all the necessary information to get the client's interest in the 118 seconds that an average New York City elevator ride takes. That's under 2 minutes to deliver your world, what makes that game world interesting, and what sets it apart as a setting for an adventure. Not the 15-minute Discord lore dump that players are subjected to when they get picked up by a GM in the looking for players group. I'm not going to go into all the intricacies here of how to expertly craft an elevator pitch. First, it's more than most of us will ever really need. Second, I've been a professional salesman, sales trainer, and sales manager for 20 plus years, and there are people who pay good money for that level of instruction. And third, I don't have nearly enough car footage to cover several hours of sales training. But what I will do is give you the perfect example of giving enough information to sell the player while not getting too deep and losing their interest or seeing them run off on some half-baked idea for a character while they ignore the rest of your important information. The example is 1980s and early 90s Saturday morning cartoon show openings. You remember, in the 1980s, cartoons were basically 30-minute toy commercials, and the opening credits were the elevator pitch. Take the 1991 Hanna-Barbera show Pirates of Darkwater, which, by the way, totally underrated show if you're into any kind of animation. It's a great one to watch. It's Hanna-Barbera kids cartoon, so don't go into expecting heavy metal or Akira or some kind of crazy adult anime. It's a kid show, but it's a very, very good one that's very underdeveloped and underutilized. Moving on, though, Pirates of Darkwater opened just like this. The alien world of Myrrh is being devoured by dark water. Only Ren, a young prince, can stop it by finding the lost 13 treasures of ruin. At his side is an unlikely but loyal crew of misfits. At his back, the evil pirate lord Blod, who will stop at nothing to get the treasures for himself. It's high adventure with the Pirates of Darkwater. In 1 minute, 5 sentences tell us everything that we need to know about the world of Myr and the challenges it faces, while leaving us curious about things like, what is Darkwater and how is it threatening the world? What are the 13 treasures? How do they work? Who are these loyal misfit crewmen? Or how about this one? I am Adam, Prince of Eternia, and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic world and said, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret, our friends the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil forces of Skeletor. Or maybe, in the near future, Doc Terror and his cyborg companion, Hacker, unleash their forces to conquer Earth. Only one force can stop this evil. A handful of brave men and specially crafted exo-frames. They can be transported anywhere to fuse with incredible assault weapon systems, beamed down from the space station sky vault, becoming man and machine power extreme. Max Ray, the brilliant sea operations commander. Jack Rockwell, the rugged land operations specialist. Ace McCloud, the daring air operations expert. Whatever the challenge, they are ready, the Centurions. Each of these takes less than 120 seconds, even with the music and animation time included in that. Each one tells the viewer exactly what to expect, while leaving out enough to let their mind explore the possibilities and wonder about the details. 5, 6, and 7 sentences, respectively. That's it. Not too long, not too short. Going back to Pirates of Darkwater, if we are to adjust it to just be a pitch and to pitch a game set in that world, I wouldn't say I'm running a pirate adventure where we hunt for treasures. That's too little information. Super generic, nothing special or exciting, just, hey, let's do pirates. Maybe that sounds cool, but unless you just got done binging Black Sails, it's pretty doubtful that you're going to get anything more than lukewarm on the idea. There's also no prompts to ask questions, so it's much more likely that the players will just make a character that simply doesn't fit the setting or the adventure. However, if I do the opposite and give them a 45-minute lecture on Darkwater and the backstory of all 13 treasures, chances are they've zoned out and they'll answer me with the same okay pirate adventure they gave me for the short presentation. But that cartoon intro, it tells them that we're on an alien world, the Darkwater is an existential threat, we need 13 treasures to save the world, and an evil pirate lord is out to stop us. Enough to get the wheels turning, but not enough to bore us to tears. Sounds like a game I might even dive into if I'm not particularly interested in a sea adventure to begin with. So, how about you? Let me know in the comment section below, what's your elevator pitch for your world? Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.